So I don't even know what to say. I'm so over it. Dave, what the fuck? I think there are some people claiming to own your building, who actually do not own it. They just kicked me out. The police came. The police were super cool about it, but that's not their building. I know Dave would never lie to me. Dave, he just would never do that. So I don't know, you guys, watch my Instagram live if you want to see the latest fucking bullshit in my life. I don't even know, like, maybe it is time to leave Chicago, but Chicago is my home and my babies are here, and like, it's so sad. I don't want to leave that.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Heather, what just happened. This is kind of breaking news at this point. She was, it looks like, escorted out of the place she was staying by police officers. She had recently posted to her Instagram that she had obtained a residence, and it seems like things really went sideways with that. You guys will know if you follow social media, if you're in the Facebook groups, if you're on the subreddit, that Heather is known for being very active on social media. She posts very personal things on social media. She will go live at times where she's interacting with people, and it causes concern for her followers and for people viewing these stories. So this has been going on for quite a while. It's been going on since really her time on the show. Her time on the show is when her relationship with Dylan ended. So she has not been with Dylan in almost a couple years, I think it is at this point. Dylan, for his part, he has seemingly moved on. He is reportedly engaged to his fiance, Marissa. Now, it did seem a couple weeks back, maybe a month back, that they might have broken up, but they have since seemed to reunite via social media, or they're posting together again on social media. So not quite sure what the status of the relationship is there, but what we can be certain of is that Dylan and Heather are not together and have not been together in quite some time. Yet, Dylan and Marissa seem to be a constant topic for Heather on social media. She is constantly posting about Dylan. She will also reference Marissa, and this causes concern for people. She also seems to hold Dylan accountable, Dylan and Marissa and whatever other powers that be accountable for the hardships that she is running into recently. And actually, it's really not recent, because when I interviewed Heather a year ago, she was saying much of the same thing, that Dylan was somehow manipulating things behind the scenes and somehow causing havoc in her life. And she seems to still be very convinced that this is the case. To my knowledge, I don't believe that Dylan has really publicly discussed Heather since his split. He might have in passing once or twice. He might have responded to a question from someone, but he hasn't made direct posts about her, about their relationship. It seems like he is moving on with his fiance, Marissa. Now, of course, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We don't know the ins and outs of everyone's relationships, and social media, of course, is only a certain aspect of someone's life. That is all true. With that being said, it seems that we have one person that is very much still emotionally, mentally tied to that relationship, and that would be Heather. Heather has been living a nomadic lifestyle as of recently. A lot of viewers have been very concerned about her, wondering what resources she has that are available to her. I have seen people try to post resources to her. I will say that Heather, she has said that she has tried to go get resources. even those state government resources are somehow being manipulated by Dylan and other powers that be. So a lot of fans, viewers of the show, followers of Heather, they've been discussing, one of the topics that they've been discussing in regards to Heather is her living situation. A lot of people have been really concerned about her. You know, the weather is changing in Chicago. Chicago gets to be mercilessly cold. And I was in Chicago in October a couple years ago. And I mean, I'm from Southern California. I live in Florida now. I cannot handle cold weather very well. And it was really cold when we went. So I know that that's not the absolute coldest that Chicago gets, but it was still pretty cold. So a lot of people are very concerned about Heather, her safety, and just making sure that she has adequate resources at her disposal. It would appear that she has access to the resources, and for whatever reason, they're not working out. So it seemed that Heather had an uptake of good news at the beginning of this week. She did post that she had a friend named Dave come through with a place to stay for her, and I'll put up a screenshot here. And she had discussed that she was able to live there until January. Well, today, this all seemed to just crumble when it appeared that a woman came in, said, "Who are you?" to Heather. Heather said, "Who are you?" to this woman. Both called the police. Heather's claims is that her friend Dave owns the building and is letting her stay there. The woman claims that she's the leasing agent on the building, that the building is owned by her father, and who is Dave. She has no idea who this Dave is. A couple other tidbits, because I'm going to show you clips of the live. She was live for about 30 minutes. But some of the highlights of the live was that, one, she claims that she had keys, but they were lost in a sewer. She also at one point takes the camera and pans to all the windows and door frames to show that she hasn't like broken into the place. She also claims that Dave is a client of hers and that she protects her client's information, and that she wouldn't be just divulging his information because that would be immoral of her, irresponsible of her in some way. When the woman tells her that she is the leasing agent, her name is on the sign outdoor. Heather claims that you can easily fake that kind of signage and those kind of documents to make it appear that you would own a building or a place. And I immediately thought, well, then so couldn't this Dave person and you could also, if it's that easy, then seemingly anybody could probably do that. So the police, they seem to be very patient with her. They allowed her to pack her belongings, which took a long time. Again, this live was about a half an hour long. And ultimately, she did leave. There was no like altercation or anything. I'm going to play for you right now just some highlights of that live.
Do you think I'm going to be able to continue getting clients for any sort of business if I just go passing out their information? Probably not, right? For anyone who's been watching the pattern, the sequence of events of everything that they do, as soon as I spend my money, invest a little bit into keeping up the space, they make a big something happen so that I have to leave. And also, I'd like you guys to be aware of not only the patterns in what's been going on, but the fact that they want me to keep moving around and I don't want to move. Like I'm straight where I am. This is my home. This is where I've lived. This is the same area that Dylan and I live together. It's been non-stop intimidation, non-stop threats, non-stop stalking, slander, harassment. It's not funny to me. Like, I know to some people, maybe this is a joke, or maybe It's enjoyable. It's not funny to me. I want my life back. This is not funny. Like, whoever the fuck is behind this shit, it's not funny to me. And I'm of sound mental health, and there's nothing wrong with me, and I want to be left alone. I'm tired of this. Yes, please enter, officer. Thank you. I've been waiting for you. I'm the one who called you. And just so you know, I'm recording, just so that you know, for my own protection as well as yours. Come right in.
Okay, where are you at?
I'm right here in the closet getting my belongings together.
Okay. So who let you stay in here?
The owner.
Who is the owner?
His name's Dave.
No owner let you in.
I don't know who you are, Mr. Roy. This is my first time ever meeting you.
Okay,
but I'd like to ask you, Mr. Roy, to step aside while I deal with the officers directly.
Thank you.
Thank
Do
you
you have
very
an ID
much.
that says that you live here?
No. So basically what's been going on is I found myself homeless. I had a domestic situation that my ex and I got into an issue. My children went to live with their father, and he kicked me out of my own apartment. I've been trying to get in court about that ever since, but I haven't been able to get a court date. That's an unrelated issue. I've been reaching out to some of my old clients because I used to escort and asking them for help. A lot of them, real estate developers, things of that nature. So one of them told me that he was building this for Airbnb purposes and that I could stay here until January while I got my shit together. Mm-hmm. I just came in a week ago. I unpacked everything. I went across the street, bought cleaning supplies, food, everything. Unpack. I'm sleeping. I'm laying down. No issues. The second I pull out my notebooks,
Just so you know, you're being recorded on the video.
Same. I'm recording as well.
Okay.
The second I pull out my stuff to start writing down all of the details of what I need to do next and the next steps to get my shit together, this woman who I don't know comes in and starts yelling and screaming at me. I was also on the phone with T-Mobile, so they also recorded it.
Okay.
I did not start any issue. I tried to calmly explain to her. I asked her who she was. She refused to identify herself because from what I know, I'm supposed to be here. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? I look up and you're here. So she refuses to identify herself, tells me to just pack my stuff and get out. I call the police. Well, she called the police first, and then I also called the police because I didn't want her to tell them some lie. Mm-hmm. And then I just started packing my stuff, and that's it.
Okay. So who is this person that gave you? Do you have his contact?
He's in Switzerland, and yeah, he's the one who owns this building.
Okay. And you say this is your parents?
This is my wife's dad's property. We're the G6. We're building it actually. So we just came in to put toilet seats because the guy is taking pictures. And I hear this voice, and I go and she explains to me this whole story that somebody let her in. There is no David. I don't know.
I'll let you explain your part.
So
we're just trying to.
I'm sorry.
So how does she get in?
Okay, so here's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know who let you stay here. Obviously, I don't know the situation, but the plain fact that you have no lease to stay here, you can't stay here.
Don't they have to do some sort of
No, because you don't reside here.
But
your ID doesn't say you reside here. You have no bills here.
This is so crazy.
I understand.
It's they keep on trying.
I'm not trying to put you in a bad situation, but I'm trying to explain to you because you don't have nothing that says you stay in this place.
But why do they keep on letting me believe that I have a new place and that it's bullshit?
I'm sorry that's happening to you. I really am. But like I said, where we stand right now is you can't stay here.
My client list was taken from me. I don't know if you know David or if he's your husband and different businesses, and David is the owner, he says.
Do you know his last name?
Yeah, I have all of his information, but we only communicate via Proton Mail because he's out of the country.
One of the things I did notice while she was live is a lot of viewers were asking her, why aren't you calling this Dave person? Well, one of the things she claimed was that Dave was in Switzerland. So this person was out of the country. She lost the keys and she was unwilling to provide any kind of proof that she had permission to be there. The police officers asked her if she had any type of lease. In my opinion, I would think that she would probably be here, because she said she communicated a lot with Dave through email. So another thing that I just took note of on the live was that Heather did pull out a pill bottle at one point, and this is her Adderall prescription, and she was saying she takes like so many milligrams a day, and then she dumps them out, and there's one like blue pill that's like disintegrated, and she thinks that this is some type of master plan by Dylan again and the powers that be. At one point, law enforcement actually asked her, who are they? And she kind of just alludes, gestures to like they, them. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's just really sad and really concerning, because anybody who watches Heather can clearly see that this woman is in need of help. She's in need of resources, but at the end of the day, she is an adult with her own personal autonomy. And if she's not physically threatening anyone or herself, there's only so much that law enforcement can do. And that's a really sad reality for a lot of people, where resources get cut off. And if the resources there in the way of housing or a job, and she's not utilizing them, she's not proactively going after them, then again, there's only so much that people can do. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.